Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody. Please take a seat. And we're going to make a start with the program today. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Gaur Purnima Mahamahotsav ki jai. People who are standing at the back, there are lots of empty seats. Not sure if you can, but I can see they're there. So please take a seat, everybody. Hare Krishna. We have a very exciting festival today. We have dance, we have drama, we have a class, we have a feast, we have, what other things we have? We have Harinam, we have book distribution, we got a day fully packed, so you get absolutely no time to chant your rounds whatsoever. we got it packed from morning till evening, so thank you so much for coming. Just the schedule for the rest of the day, so we will have a dance very soon, and then Jaidev Prabhu will lead us into some kirtan, after which we will have a class by His Grace Tukaram Prabhu. And then we will all head out. Those of you who would like to go, but if you had that niggling thought that maybe I should go out on book distribution and do a Harinam, then I think today is a very good day to start, because it's Lord Chaitanya's appearance day, and Lord Chaitanya is the father of Harinam Sankirtan, so today is a good day to go out there and to please him. So we will do that till 3 o'clock, after which we'll come back over here, and from 4 onwards we have another program. So we have a drama by the Bhaktivedanta players, we have the Gurukul who are doing like a song, we also have another class, and we have a feast as well. We of course have Abhishek of Gaur Nitai deities. Did you all take darshan today? Yes. This is a beautiful darshan, isn't it? It was like Gaur Nitai taking, pulling the Rath Yatra cart. Rath cart, yeah. Pulling Lord Jagannath. So, great. Okay, on that note, we should make a start. Thank you all for coming. First of all, we would like to invite our temple president, Her Grace Vishakha Mataji, to come in and share a few words. Please welcome her with 3 big Haribos.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvase Sasunyavadi Paskyata Deshatarane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you all very much for coming this morning. This is such an amazing day. We're celebrating the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who gave us such an amazing process for realizing who we are, for realizing who everyone else is, for realizing who the Supreme Truth is. This process, we know Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is addressed as Namo Mahavaranaya, the most munificent of all of Krishna's incarnations, which are unlimited. And the reason is that he's given us such a simple, easy, accessible process for coming closer to him, to God, and closer to each other in the process. It can be done by anyone of any age, any nationality, any religious background, any cultural background, any race, any religion. And we can actually feel the effects. It's not simply theoretical, but by engaging sincerely, wholeheartedly in chanting, we can feel anxieties lift, we can feel joy enter our lives. So we can be truly grateful that Srila Prabhupada has come and introduced this process to us and made it available for each and every one of us. As much as we give to it, it will give so much to us and even more. So let us immerse ourselves in Lord Chaitanya's mercy today, Srila Prabhupada's grace upon us, and really relish the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you. Her Grace Vishaka Mataji ki jai. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we are going to start our program today with a dance. So this dance is on the song. You may have heard the song. It's called Jai Jaya Jagannath Sachiranandan. It's by Vasu Ghosh, but it's a Bharatnatyam dance. So it's done by somebody called Kriti, who's the daughter of
Surrender. Also, you were the enemy of all pretenders. Born beneath the neem tree tall, the shelter true of one and all. Your golden limbs beyond compare. The demigods just stand and stare. Ecstatically they shake and weep, disturbing your household members' sleep. You steal Gopal's food upon his plate. The Brahmin, he becomes irate. Then finally, to give him joy, you show him you are Shamroy. The girls all love your naughty ways. All Navadweep just sings your praise. The poet proud you did defeat and brought him to your lotus feet. At Srivasangam your plot was hatched to help us jivas get detached. And then to chant in love sincere. The 14 worlds, your names to hear. It's good when I shout it loud, you go louder, that's excellent. Srivas's son brought back from dead by your soft hand upon his head. This boy taught us not to fear, that your love follows ever near. The destiny is in your hands. So why should we make other plans? You made Advaita like a child. His arms and legs are dancing wild. Amoga's heart was envy filled. But by your compassion, it was killed. When you returned with your new name, you start to dance, to proclaim Sri Krishna as our life and soul, and love for him our only goal. Your associates came from far and wide to help you crush cruel Kali's pride. The day he cut your wondrous hair, the barber cried, as did all there. The Qazi tried to curb your zeal, but he himself was forced to kneel. Jagai's, Madai's ways were vicious, yet you made them taste delicious. Nectar of the holy name. Never did they sin again. Your Haridas, they did attack. You took the lashes upon your back. The leper Vasudev you hold and make him shine like gold. Sarvabhauma did recant when you revealed the true Vedant. You danced at sacred Neelachal. Jagannath was stunned somehow. His chariot, it would not budge. You begged him, pray, return to Braj. Your love so strong, naught could restrain. The wrath began to move again. The king swept up before the cart. eventually you gave your heart. You even gave sweet love of God to Shivananda's little dog. The Bob's trusted men you stole, and you gave them prem, life's only goal. Books on bhakti, deep as oceans. Hope you're not getting too tired. They would write in pure devotion, commanding Sri Chaitanya's armies. Introduce the 6 Goswamis, Sri Narottam and Srinivas, Shamananda, Baladev and Vishwanath. Jagannath then took the floor. Then Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Gaur Kishore, Bhakti Siddhant. Then ISKCON's Sri Bhaktivedanta. Spreading your glories through the earth. Thank you so for taking birth. The animals at Jharkhand chanted, danced at your command. The Buddhist tried to make you take poison food off a plate. But an eagle swooped and stopped his plan and dropped it on the head of the Buddhist man. Nityananda broke your rod. You didn't need it, you're God. Once a day of Lord Brahma, splendid golden avatar, comes to earth to share his bliss. And for those souls that he missed, he sends his Sena Pati Bhakta, his military field commander, declaring war on Maya's realm. Prabhupada upon the helm, searching continents and seas, wiping out the soul's disease. Our brute forgetfulness of you. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Haribo! Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm sorry I bully you about so much, making you shout and dance, but anything. At least it was the Lord's names. The next bit is I couldn't do it without a rehearsal, so I'm using the video that I made of it about 10 years ago. I started doing these mantra choirs, and I did around about 250 in 25 different countries around the world. And since I got sick, mentally sick, since I got sick, I kind of cut back on all that stuff so much. But I thought I'd better just recall this particular one. When I was making it, I just took a camera with me, and wherever I saw, if it was someone in a supermarket who was dressed in a sari, I'd say, look, will you dance to this? And they would dance to it. And then I would say to someone, would you sing to this? All you've got to say is Mahaprabhu or Sri Chaitanya or whatever the mantras are. And we must have had a couple of hundred people, you'll see yourself. And also we captured Ananda Monet, I don't think she's here today, but she
Hare Krishna, so we would like to welcome on stage for today's class His Grace Tukaram Prabhu. He will also be doing another part 2 of the class this evening as well, which is at 6 p.m. So 2 classes today, more nectar about Lord Chaitanya. So if everybody can please welcome His Grace Tukaram Prabhu with 3 big Haribols.
Should I start with Jai Radha Mata? जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय पतित पावन गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय हरि नाम प्रवर्तक गौरानिताय जय पंच तत्व जय पंच तत्व जय पंच तत्व जय पंच तत्व जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा सुभद्रमाई जय सुदर्शना जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद कलयुग धमय नाम संकीर्तन की, गौर पूर्णिमा महामहोत्सव की. So Srila Prabhupada is sitting right in front. I am becoming nervous. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratve Namaha. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this is my great pleasure to be here with all of you. I would like to seek the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas before I speak something on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So I'm coming from Bhubaneswar. I guess everybody must be knowing Bhubaneswar, the doorstep of Jagannath Puri. And it's a very special place, naturally Jagannath Puri. And Srila Prabhupada stayed there for many days. Like it was prophesied that Srila Prabhupada will, during his childhood, it was predicted that this child will make 108 temples all around the world. So Bhubaneswar is a 108th temple of Srila Prabhupada. And this temple and Bhubaneswar temple has a kind of a correlation. What is the correlation? That in this temple, Bhaktivedanta Manor, Srila Prabhupada wrote Krishna book. And in Bhubaneswar, Srila Prabhupada completed the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam and started to write the 10th canto. So it's a correlation. And very interestingly, like the 10th canto is the face of the Supreme Lord. So as if Srila Prabhupada is unveiling the face of Krishna here in Bhaktivedanta Manor and there at Bhubaneswar temple. So I was blessed by my spiritual master. He instructed me to serve in Bhubaneswar around 10 years back. So since then I'm serving there. And there I came across the teachings of Sri Srimad Gaur Govinda Maharaj, who has expanded a lot on Gaura Tattva. So I'll be speaking something from Maharaja's teachings. The other day before yesterday, also we discussed a few pastimes about Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and how Lord developed the greed to become Sri Chaitanya. So today we'll be going into, a little bit deeper. So it was in 1996 during the appearance day of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in Mayapur. So few devotees, disciples of Maharaj, asked him that why Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose Jagannath Puri for his places of pastimes. And when Maharaj was speaking on this subject matter, he was speaking about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. He was speaking on the correlation between Jagannath Puri and Navdeep Dham and Vrindavan Dham, and the relationship between Lord Chaitanya and Jagannath. So as he was speaking, while speaking, he became so ecstatic that he gave up his life. So while speaking these mysterious pastimes, so we can see like there is a certain correlation between Lord Jagannath and Lord Krishna, and so we'll be discussing few pastimes on that matter. And today evening we'll be discussing that how Rukmini Devi actually instigated the mood within the heart of Lord Shri Krishna, and Rukmini Devi lectured Lord Krishna on Radha Tattva. As a result of that, Lord Krishna became desirous to taste the Radharani's mood and eventually became Gauranga. So that we'll see in the evening session. So as we all know, according to our Vaishnava theology, God is a person. God is not some energy. Rather, of course we say Achinta Bheda Ved, that energy and energetic are one. But specifically speaking, just like if we go to any other transcendentalist or spiritualist, I would say spiritualist, if we'll ask them that what is your understanding of God? So they say that, I don't believe God is a person. That is the common statement they give. They say that God is some kind of energy. There is some energy which is controlling the entire cosmos, and there is something higher than us. But they don't accept that God is a person. That's a very common understanding people have. 99.99% spiritualists have this understanding that God is some kind of energy. And the reason is because the moment they accept personality, their understanding is personality has to be conditioned by time and space. Because personality cannot be infinite. And that's the biggest problem in accepting that God is a person. Because when we say personality, so we immediately consider personality has to be limited. Why? Because we are a person and we are limited. So if we say God is a person, that means God must also be limited. But again and again, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Krishna is saying that Janma Karm Chame Divyam. The word Divya itself has a very deep meaning. The word Divya means I am a person, but I am not a person like you. In the 4th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Krishna starts, Imam Vivaspate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avvayam Vivaswan Manuve Praha Manurichvakya Brahvid. Arjun, I gave this knowledge to sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan gave this knowledge to his son Manu, and Manu gave this knowledge to Ichchavaku, and Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Raja Rishyo Vidu. So this knowledge was coming down in parampara, in succession. But with time, this parampara got broken. So I am giving this knowledge to you again. So immediately Arjun asked a very intelligent question. He said, Krishna, you and me are contemporaries. Your date of birth and my date of birth are close. So how can I understand that you gave this knowledge to sun god who is very senior to us? It's a relevant question. So Krishna said, Bahuni me vetitani janmani tav Arjuna. Arjun, you and me have taken various births. But I remember all of them. You forget. And why I remember? Because I am the Supreme Lord. Ajopi san avve atma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swamadhisthaya sambhavami atma maya. Ajo api, I am born, I do not take birth like you take birth. I appear by my own internal potency. You appear by the force of karma. So there is a difference. A normal living entity coming in this world and Krishna taking incarnation. So there is a difference. Then Arjuna asked the next question, when you appear? Then he says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Whenever and wherever there is decline in religious principle and there is increase in irreligiosity, I appear. Arjuna asked, then what you do? Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya chadushkritam, dharma sanstharpanathaya. And then Krishna concludes this particular conversation telling that Janma Karam Chame Divyam. When I appear, my appearance is Divya. The word Divya means it has nothing to do with the contamination of this material world. It has nothing to do with the conditioning of the material world. It has nothing to do with the limitations of the material world. And therefore in Garbhastuti, in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the demigods are praying, my dear Lord, until and unless someone accepts your personality as Divya, they'll never be able to understand what is transcendence. And that's the reason most of the spiritualists, they talk only mundane things. In the name of spirituality, they talk only mundane things, because the moment you reject the transcendental personality of the Supreme Lord, immediately the doors towards transcendence is locked. So if we want to understand the spiritual reality, the first step is to understand the transcendental personality of the Lord, which most of the spiritualists deny. The reason for their denial is obvious. They cannot understand the paradoxical nature of Supreme Lord's pastimes. Paradoxical means he is bigger than the biggest, but at the same time he is smaller than the smallest. Now, how to comprehend? If someone is bigger than the biggest, how he can be smaller than the smallest? But that's the omnipotency of the Supreme Lord. He can be bigger than the biggest, at the same time he can be smaller than the smallest. He is far away, at the same time he is closest. Now again, it's a paradoxical understanding. He's far and then he's close. In Kunti Maharani's prayer, she offers the prayer. She says, Bhir api jat bhiveti. My dear Lord, the fear personified fears you, and you are feared by Mother Yashoda's stick. Is it not a paradoxical nature? Your tummy looks very small, but all the ropes of the Braja cannot tie you. Is it not a paradoxical nature? So the point is why people cannot understand the personality of God, because they are not able to comprehend these paradoxical situations. They are not able to understand that God is a person, but He is not a person like us. We do have some creative potency. God also have creative potency. Our creative potency is coming from God. We create buildings. God create multi-planetary systems. We create swimming pool. God create oceans. So we do have some creative potency coming from God, but ours is a very limited creative potency. God's is infinite. So this we are unable to comprehend. And therefore Prabhupada has coined, because the moment we say word God, so God has different cultures have different understanding of God. Some consider the nature as God, some consider God as some higher power. So therefore Prabhupada coined the term Supreme Personality of Godhead. The word personality is knowingly added, because most of the people have the conception God be some kind of energy, and therefore Prabhupada has coined the word personality, Supreme Personality. This word he has added. And the moment we understand God is a person, and interestingly we can, if we can understand it scientifically as well. So for example, there is an electrical engineer, and then there is electrical energy. So who controls whom? Energy controls engineer, or engineer controls energy? So it is the engineer who makes use of the electrical energy, produces heating effect, produces cooling effect, produces different kind of effects. So engineer is controlling energy, not vice versa. It's not that energy is controlling engineer. So when we say God is supreme, that means he must be the controller. And controller has to be a person. And that is what Veda says, Parasya Shaktir Vividaiva Shruyate Prabhavaki Jnana Balakriyacha. God is a person with multifarious forms of energies, with infinite amount of energy. And he is controlling all those infinite amounts of energies. In fact, this material world itself is what we call manifestation of his energy. We living entities are also the manifestations of his energy. Everything in this world is a manifestation of his energy. So he is an energetic person who has multifarious forms of energies. That is the Vaishnava theology. And as we accept that God is a person, immediately the concept arises, if God is a person, we can have a relationship with God. In the introduction to Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada mentions this, that we can have 5 kinds of relationship with God. Why? Because he is a person. We cannot have a relationship with energy. I cannot have loving reciprocation with energy. I have to have a reciprocation with a person. And then what kind of reciprocation we can have with a person? So just see, our Vedic scriptures are so perfect that there exists only 5 types of relationship. There is no 6 relationship existing in this world. And what are the 5 types of relationship? One can have relationship in a passive state. One can have relationship in an active state, like a servant. One can have relationship as a friend. One can have relationship as a parent. And one can have a relationship as a conjugal lover. Now just consider in the entire society, in the entire world, sixth relationship doesn't exist at all. We can discuss like this. So for example, King Charles, what relation do we have with him? We don't have a direct reciprocation. He's not our friend. We are not his lover. He might not know us personally. We might not know him personally. But then still we have some kind of a relationship. What kind of relationship is it? It's a relationship in passive state. And then King Charles must be having certain servants at his palace. So these are, so they have the relationship with God, with king as servants. And then there will be friends. So we all have friends. We all have, for example, there are two brothers. What kind of relationship do they have? It's a relationship based on friendship. Cousins have relationship based on friendship. And then there's a relationship based on, parental affection. So I have a relationship with my parents in a, parental relationship. They are my parents, I am their child. Same happens with their uncles and their, niece, what we call. So they have the relationship, it's a parental relationship. The grandfather can have a relationship with his grandson. It's again kind of a vatsalya. Teachers can have relationship with their students. Again, it's a flow of vatsalya. And then there is a relationship based on conjugal, lover and beloved, husband and wife. We don't have the sixth relationship existing in this world. With animals we can have relationship. Yes, what kind of relationship? Again, the passive, not a direct reciprocation. Just consider how perfect our Vedic literature are, that they have summarized the relationships of this world and concluded that there are only 5. There is no 6th relationship. The 5 mukhya, it's a relationship we can have. So that means within ourselves we can have 5 kinds of relationships. So with God also we can have these 5 kind of relationship. We can have relationship with God in a passive state. We can have relationship with God in active state like a servant. We can have relationship with God as a friend. We can have relationship with God as a parent. And we can have relationship with God as a lover. Now most of the religion cannot comprehend that we can be friends with God. We can become parent of God, or we can become lover of God. Their entire philosophy and theology lies upon, it's only dependent upon one kind of relation, that is passive relation. Yes, there is some God, not knowing anything in detail about him. And therefore, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, it is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu specifically said, I'll go in this material world and I'll give 4 kinds of, chari bhav bhakti diya. I'll give 4 kinds of devotion, not the 5 kinds of devotion. I'll give 4 kinds of devotion. What are the 4 kinds of devotion that Mahaprabhu came to give? Dasya bhakti, Sakhya bhakti, Vatsalya bhakti, and Madhurya bhakti. Not passive, not Shantarasa. Why? Because already most of the religions are teaching Shantarasa. All the world philosophy and world theology is teaching Shantarasa. So therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very specific. I don't want to give Shantarasa anymore. It's already there. So he has come to give different, apart from Shantarasa, different relationship with God. He has come to teach us. Now again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Lord Krishna, he was considering. And what was his consideration? Lord Krishna was considering that after he finishes his entire pastimes in this material world, when he went back to his abode, Lord Krishna started to think. And his consideration is the entire world is worshipping me with awe and reverence, with great respect. But the problem is, with this great respect, if they are worshipping me, but they may not enter into my Braja pastimes. They can only come up to the platform of Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, what all relationships are existing? There is some Shantarasa, and some dasya rasa. That's it. Even the Lakshmi Devi, who is supposed to be she's the beloved wife of the Lord, but there she's not manifesting conjugal relationship. At most she's manifesting the servitorship. So if people will only worship me with awe and reverence, at most they can attain the position in Vaikuntha, where at most they can have a relationship with me in a servitorship. That's it. But if I want to have friends, if I want to have parents, if I want to have someone, loving me like a conjugal lover, so where are the, in what ways I may allow devotees to enter into these rasas? And that was the consideration of the Lord. Now, is it really important for the Lord that, He's considering these terms? That do He really need friends? Do He really need parents? Do He really need conjugal lover? The answer is yes. I'll give you an example. Few days back, I was scrolling a reel, Instagram reel, because Instagram reel gives us realization, realization. So one reel where President of America, Donald Trump, he was saying one thing, and a very interesting thing, because we can immediately relate with our philosophy. He said that, one of my friends called me, and we were friends for 60 years. And when he called me, my friend started to say, my dear sir. Every time he's saying, sir, sir. So Donald Trump said that, I relaxed him. You are a friend. We are friends for last 60 years now. But you're always, the way you are approaching me, instead of approaching me like earlier you used to call me, hey, Don, you used to call me Don, but now you're calling me sir, sir. So Donald Trump said that I actually told him that why are you not calling me Don? Just like you used to do it previously. Why are you calling me sir every time? And then my friend became a little relaxed, and again he said, okay, Don. And again within a minute, again he said, sir. So point is, a personality like even the big personality in this material world has a hankering that there should be, some friend of mine. And, everybody is telling me, sir, sir, sir. So I want someone, who can be friends with me, who can, what we call, chat with me, talk with me, and just, be informal with me. So from where this instinct is actually coming? Because the Supreme Lord also have that instinct. Everybody in Vaikuntha simply offering prayers, simply offering namaskars. So Lord is also considering, what is this? I want to relish, a deeper informal relationship with my devotees. But then whoever is practicing devotional service with awe and reverence, at most they can reach to that platform. And therefore Lord considered, I'll go back again in this material world. And what I'll do? I'll propagate Braja Bhakti. Braja Bhakti means where one can have informal relationship with the Supreme Lord. Just like a friend, just like a parent, just like a conjugal lover. And there Lord again came as Lord Sri Chaitanya, and he propagated this Braja Bhakti. Srila Rupa Goswami gives a very wonderful example. Srila Rupa Goswami explains that, say for example, we have a glass, and in that glass, it's a transparent glass. It is filled with liquid ghee. And within that liquid ghee, there is a golden ring. Just consider, there is a transparent glass, and that transparent glass has liquid ghee, and within that liquid ghee, there is golden ring. Now, will this ring be visible or not? Can we see that ring? Is it visible? Liquid ghee, transparent glass, liquid ghee, and ring. Can we see the ring? Yes, we can see the ring. But now let us assume the ghee has now freezed or became condensed. We cannot see. So it is said that this golden ring is compared with the opulence of the Supreme Lord. And the ghee is considered to be the, loving emotions of the devotee. When these loving emotions are dilute, the opulences are visible. But when these loving emotions condensed, nobody cares about what we call the opulence of the Lord. And what we see in Braja, in Vrindavan, the loving emotions are so condensed that nobody cares that Krishna is God. When Krishna lifted Govardhan hill, let's consider. What Brajvasis thought? Okay, Krishna must be blessed by some demigod. He must have received certain blessings. And they all came near Krishna and said, you must have got tired now. So we'll help you. And what they did, they all put their bamboo sticks just to support Govardhan hill because they were thinking Krishna must have got tired. So Krishna said, okay, let me tell you where really am I. And what they said, Krishna, now we are holding Govardhan. Why don't you go and take some rest? So Krishna said, fine. If you are really desperate to give me rest, so let me go and take some rest. And Krishna slightly lowered his finger. And as a result, what happened? By the weight of Govardhana, all the sticks broke down. Then they said, okay, Krishna, you may continue. But still they were not considering that Krishna is God. Interesting. Mother Yashoda is seeing the entire universe within the mouth of Krishna. And what she is considering? She started to offer prayers to Lord Vishnu, that what mistake I made, that my child is now suffering from, such hallucination. Or rather, some ghost has attacked. She is not considering that her child himself is the Supreme Lord. She is praying to Lord Vishnu, kindly, do something for my child. Why? The love is so intense, so condensed. The opulences are useless. It doesn't matter at all. Whereas when we see Arjun, when Lord Krishna showed him his universal form, immediately Arjun started to offer prayers. And one of the prayers that Arjun offered, he said, my dear Krishna, I made a grave mistake. I made a blunder. And what is my blunder? I was considering you as my friend. And sometime I was insulting you, just like friends do. While eating, while sleeping, I was simply insulting you. So, kindly forgive me. And he started to beg forgiveness from Krishna. Do you think Krishna liked it? Not at all. Krishna was not liking it. Because Arjun was a good friend to Krishna, but now Arjun, instead of continuing his friendship, he has started to offer prayers and started to become submissive. Krishna said, what is this? Why are you doing all these things? But now Arjun could not see Krishna in the same vision that Arjun had before. It is said that why Krishna loved Arjun, because Krishna had a friend in Braja, his name was also Arjun. So whenever Krishna used to see this Arjun, he used to remember that Arjun, the childhood friend Arjun. Because that childhood friend Arjun was never bewildered by the opulence of Krishna. But this Arjun, immediately as he saw the Virat Rupa, the universal form, he became frightened. Similarly, things happened when Krishna killed Kamsa. And after killing Kamsa, when Krishna came close to Devaki and Vasudev, and he started to offer obeisances and touch their feet. And what Vasudev and Devaki did? They actually, said, Krishna, my dear Lord, kindly don't do it, please. And they started to move backward. And what was their consideration? They could understand that he is not our child. He is the Supreme Lord Vishnu. who is incarnated and just killed the demon called Kamsa. So we see in the pastime, in these pastime, what understanding that we are developing is that although Devaki and Vasudev had certain parental relationship, but again it was influenced by the opulence of Krishna, and Krishna does not like it. It is said that with our Vaidhi Bhakti means the bhakti which is regulated by rules and regulation, we can attract Krishna, but we cannot enchant Krishna. But then there has to be means and ways by which a devotee can enchant the God, enchant Krishna. And therefore Krishna came and gave Rag Bhakti. So Vaidhi Bhakti means bhakti which is based upon so many rules and regulations. But Raga Bhakti is spontaneous. And therefore Lord Krishna again came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to bestow this Raga Bhakti to his devotees. And within this Raga Bhakti, there are different kinds of relationships. Actually, these are the terms that devotees need to be acquainted with. Vaidhi Bhakti means bhakti that is, we have so many rules and regulations. And Raga Bhakti means spontaneous bhakti. Now within this spontaneous bhakti, there has to be the understanding. There are two words, Raganuga and Ragatmika. The eternal associates of Krishna, the bhakti that they have within their heart is called Ragatmika Bhakti. And the followers of these Ragatmika Bhaktas are called Raganuga Bhaktas. Now, are the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Raganuga Bhaktas? Are we Raganuga Bhaktas or the Vaidhi Bhaktas? What is our position? Who we are, what is our position? So we are the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. That means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is representing Radharani. So Radharani is the topmost Ragatmika Bhakta. And this topmost Ragatmika Bhakta, we are following her. So what is our position then? Are we simply the Vaidhi Bhakta or we are actually Raganuga Bhaktas? Because we are following Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that means we are following Radharani. And Radharani is the topmost Ragatmika Bhakta. So that's our position. Now there is an interesting thing that to note. See, out of, day before yesterday also we discussed, out of all these 5 rasas, which is the most enchanting, most obsessive, most intimate rasa? It's the conjugal rasa. Why is it so? Say for example, the servitorship, the dasya ras. It has dasya ras and it has shantras. And friendship, it has friendship, it has servitorship, and it has shantarasa. Vatsalya rasa has Vatsalya rasa. It has certain level of friendship, it has certain level of dasya, it has certain level of shant. And conjugal rasa has conjugal rasa. At the same time, it has parental Vatsalya, it has Sakhya, it has Dasya, it has Shant. So it is the Paripurna rasa, it's a complete rasa. I can give some small analogy to make this understand. So for example, there is a servant. For example, Hanuman is serving Lord Ramachandra. So Hanuman is a servant. Now Hanuman is a servant. For Hanuman, what is the greatest achievement? The greatest achievement for Hanuman is that if Lord Ramachandra will give him an embrace, Hanuman will consider it to be the greatest achievement of his life. If Lord Ramachandra will say, Hanuman, you are my brother, you are just like my brother Bharat. In Hanuman Chalisa that lines come. You are just like my brother Bharat. Tum mama Bharat priya samabhai. You are simply like, you are my brother. This is the greatest achievement for Hanuman. So for a servant, the greatest achievement is if master gives him an embrace. We can never comprehend, we can never imagine a servant is sitting on the bed of the master and, putting hand on master's shoulder. But for a friend, it is very natural. Every time a friend did not ask another friend that, do I need to sit in your drawing room or can I come to your bedroom? You can directly enter into bedroom and you can have friends. So naturally within the relationship we'll see one who is a servant, one who is a friend. So in friendship there is more intimacy. And now Krishna has his friends, they are playing together. And then the Maharaj calls, Krishna, it's time for your lunch. Come on. So what Krishna will do? Will Krishna continue to play? He doesn't have that guts. Immediately as father will call, he has to give up all his playing. Bela hola, damodara aise khano, bhoga mandire basi karaho bhojana. It's time, you should come and have your lunch. So Krishna immediately will have to give up his friends and immediately he has to run because the parents have now called him for food, for lunch. So naturally, the intimacy with the parents is more than the friends. And what to say of intimacy between husband and wife? It is even far more intense than, mother and son. And the other day we were discussing the relationship between husband and wife. Of course it is intense, but relationship between girlfriend and boyfriend is even far more intense and far more obsessive. And the reason is, again, relationship between husband and wife is just like Vaidhi Bhakti. Too many rules and regulations. But the relationship between girlfriend and boyfriend is spontaneous. Rag. Spontaneous means, I was asking one of my counselors, I said that you chat with your girlfriend for 10 hours, so what is the discussion 10 hours? What subject matter you discuss for 10 hours? And they say there is no subject matter, but see, is it not a spontaneous bhakti, rag bhakti? Vaidhi bhakti means 16 rounds of chanting, thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Raga bhakti means it's so spontaneous that you can chant for 10 hours, 12 hours and still not feel tired. So when the husband-wife relationship, it's a Vaidhi bhakti, it's a limited engagement. But girlfriend, boyfriend, whole day they can chat and still they will never get tired. And it's a very natural emotion. And therefore Vishnu Puran says, my dear Lord, just like a young boy is attracted towards a young girl, and young girl is attracted towards young boy, and it does not require any, prior training. It's spontaneous. My dear Lord, when that day will come, I will be spontaneously attracted towards you. So it's the what we call the pinnacle of all kinds of relationship. Similarly, in Ramcharitmanas, Tulsidas writes, the last verse he says, same thing he says. Just like what we call a businessman, he never gets tired counting money. He's always attracted. We have so many Gujaratis here, I guess. So it's very natural. So they don't get tired. Businessman never gets tired counting money, earning money. And just like a young man never gets tired talking to a young woman. So Tulsidas says, my dear Lord, I want to develop that same level of spontaneity in my devotion. And that's our goal actually. That's our goal. So why these scriptures are giving us this analogy? Because these are easy to understand. So for example, if I'll say, we always pray. In the morning we pray after Shishkashtakam prayers. That our goal is Krishna Prema. Now, what exactly is Krishna Prema, we don't know. Srila Jiva Goswami in Tattva Sandarbha, he gives a very nice understanding. He says that there are certain things that we cannot understand in its presence. We can only understand in its absence. So we don't know what is Krishna Prema. We don't have, at least I don't have that, understanding what Krishna Prema is. Although we always say that, my dear Lord, we are desirous of Krishna Prema, we need Krishna Prema. But what exactly Krishna Prema is, we don't know. But one thing we know, what is lust, what is anger, what is greed, what is envy. When we see that somebody is flourishing more than us, we become, our heart starts to burn. So these things are there, we know, we are aware of it. We know that how much it pains within our heart when these anarthas are creating turbulence. So Krishna Prema is something, it's a kind, even the small drop of it can extinguish all these kinds of fires. So we may not know what is Krishna Prem, but we know that Krishna Prem is something, even a drop of it can extinguish all the fire that is burning within our heart. So Jiva Goswami explains when things are not available. So for example, if we don't know the value of food unless we feel hunger. So we cannot comprehend what Krishna Prema is, but we know that what the anarthas are. So this is how we can correlate. This is how we can, at least to a certain extent, we can understand the value of Krishna Prema and become desirous of it. And desiring is the only, what we call, tad laulyam api mulyam eklam janma koti sukirtin labhyate. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati kretam yati kutopi labhyate. This Krishna bhakti, we can purchase Krishna bhakti only with one currency. And what is that currency? Laulyam, greed. So anyway, so as we were discussing, out of all the rasas, the most intense rasa is the conjugal rasa. And that is why Gaudiya Vaishnava theology is very easy to comprehend. Rather, there are different Vaishnava sampradayas, but their philosophy mostly lies on the, Dasya rasa. So for example, Shri Sampradaya, the worshippers of Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana, and the worshippers of Sita Ram, Ramanandi Sampradaya. So their devotion, their ultimate goal is to become Das, the servant. Whereas our goal is to, develop the intensity just like the conjugal lovers have. So Gaudiya Vaishnava theology is quite more practical. Why? Because it is directly relating to the human emotions. We can easily comprehend them. And interestingly, the other day we were discussing that even this conjugal relationship, union and separation, the separation is far more obsessive. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has came here to give what kind of loving what we call emotion to us? Conjugal relationship, parakya bhav, and that too in the mood of separation. And that is what our Acharya has taught. He Radhe Brajadevi Kecha Lalite He Nanda Suno Kutaha Shri Govardhana Kalpa Pada Patale Kalindi Vanne Kutaha Ghoshanta Viti Sarvato Brajapure Kheder Mahavivalau. Kheder Mahavivalau. They are crying, they're all over the Braja. So they are crying and calling for Krishna, asking the trees, asking the mountains. So the pangs of separation that they are feeling, so that is the ultimate gift of Shriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now interestingly, Krishna knew that his friends and the gopis and his parents are feeling such pangs of separation. Now Mathura is not far away from Vrindavan. Why don't Krishna go and pacify them? Why Krishna is allowing his devotees to burn in fire of separation? Is it not a very genuine question? The entire Gaudiya Vaishnava theology is lying upon this principle, the principles of separation. Why Krishna is allowing at the first page? Why Krishna is allowing his devotees to feel such pangs of separation? So there is an external reason for it, and then there is an internal reason for it. The external reason is Krishna knew that now I have killed Kamsa, so there are different friends of Kamsa, the allies of Kamsa, and naturally they will attack me. I am on their target list. Now, if I will maintain my relationship with Braja, so what they will do, just like in movies we see, if you cannot target the hero, what you do? You capture the heroine, you kidnap the heroine, and you target the family of heroine. And this is how you blackmail the hero. Is it not we see in the movies? So Krishna was contemplating this. If I will keep my relationship with Braja, what will happen? What will happen? The allies of Kamsa, they'll get to know that I have some connection in Braja, And instead of attacking me, they'll start attacking Brajbhumi. And because of my relationship with them, what will happen? They will suffer. So instead, I'll not have any kind of relationship with them, at least externally. So Krishna never had any exchanges with the devotees of Brajbhumi. Now, is it the real fact or is it some external consideration? So this is just an external consideration. The real fact is something very different. And you see that devotees in Brajbhumi are feeling pangs of separation. So just to pacify them, Krishna could not go directly. The devotees could have come. Why don't you come to Mathura? The problem, again there is a problem. The moment they'll come to Mathura, again the allies of Kamsa will get to know one thing. Second thing, the devotees in Brajabhumi have a different consideration of God altogether. They do not consider Krishna as God. They consider Krishna as their friend, as their relative. In fact, and it's the entire Chaitanya Chaitamrita is talking about this particular pastime. When the Brajavasis got to know that Krishna is coming in Kurukshetra with his friends and relatives, so they all went to see Krishna. And when Srimati Radharani saw Krishna, what happened? She did not like Krishna. Her understanding was, this is not my Krishna. Because my Krishna used to wear a flower garland, and he is wearing so many necklaces of diamonds and pearls. My Krishna used to put a simple peacock feather on his head, and he is putting big crown. My Krishna does not wear footwears. Once Mother Yashoda said, hey, why don't you wear footwear? So God Krishna said, if you can arrange footwear for all the cows and calves, then I'll accept footwear. Mother said, you better don't wear it. So my Krishna does not wear footwear, and here what I am seeing, Krishna has a big shoes, Reebok shoes, Adidas shoes, big shoes. And my Krishna used to carry a flute, and what he's carrying, a sword. He's a king. So this is not my Krishna. And Radharani was completely dissatisfied to see this, and she became distasteful. No, this is not my Krishna. Actually, it was her. This particular form of Krishna was hurting Radharani. And just to please Radharani, what the devotees did, what the Brajavasis did, they removed the horse of the chariot of Krishna, and they themselves started to pull that chariot from Krishna, from Kurukshetra towards Brajbhumi. And what is this pastime called? This is called Rath Yatra. And what is actually happening in Rath Yatra? So Madhavananda Prabhu gives a very wonderful analogy. He says, Rath Yatra is the festival where devotees are rescuing Krishna from the complex, organized, ritualistic religion and welcoming Krishna to the village of their heart. In Kurukshetra, it's all complicated. Krishna is a king, and everything is very formal, everything is very ritualistic. And devotees are not liking it. What is this? Everything is very nice. It's very organized religion. It's very institutionalized religion. But there is no heart for God. And this is what is happening with all the world's religion today. That so much organization, so much institutionalization, so much ritualistic behavior, so much formality, but no love for God. And what this Rath Yatra is actually teaching us, Rath Yatra is actually rescuing God from there. God is also not happy there. And devotees are also not happy. So devotees are actually pulling Krishna out of that so-called organized religion and bringing him back to the village of our hearts. So this is a very famous pastime. So the gopis never wanted to go to Mathura because they know that in Mathura everybody adores Krishna like this. And their feeling for Krishna is very different. Now, Krishna thought, then how can I pacify my devotees? I should do something. So then Krishna decided, okay, Uddhava, why don't you go and you pacify my friends and relatives. The other day I was giving class at Soho. So one devotee asked me this interesting question. Why Krishna sent Uddhava? And there is a great answer to it. There was a poet he used to write in Braj Bhasha, Surdas. He was blind. And very, very beautiful poetry is to do. He was a great devotee in Vallabha Sampradaya. One of his great poems was, once upon a time, Surdas, he fell into what we call a blind well. He was a blind and he fell into a well. So then, and he was simply chanting and singing songs. So Krishna came and rescued him. And as Krishna rescued him, Krishna brought him up. And Surdas could immediately understand that he is Krishna. And as he understood he is Krishna, Krishna immediately ran away. Took away his hand and ran away. So Surdas composed a very beautiful poetry. He said, Haath chodaye jaat ho nirbal jaan ke mohe. You are considering me, I don't have any strength. And you are simply, haath chodaye, you are taking away your hand and you are running. Why? Because I don't have any strength to catch you. Therefore you are running. But I am challenging you. If you have any strength, you can run from my heart. You can try running from my heart. If you have any strength, I am challenging you. हाथ छुड़ाए जात हो निर्बल जान के मोहे हृदय से अगर जाओ तो सबल में जानो तो है. If you go away from my heart, then I'll consider you have some strength. Just pulling away your hand and running, what's a great deed? So this is the devotion of Surdas. So Surdas has written an entire book on Uddhava and the Gopi Samvad. And there Surdas is pointing out that Uddhava has a certain tinge of impersonalism. A kind of he had certain tinge of jnana. And the definition of pure devotion is annabhilashita shunyam jnana karmad anabratam. So no jnana, no karma. It should be free from the tinge of jnana and karma. But Uddhava has certain tinge of jnana and karma. Jnana specifically. And therefore Krishna sent him, okay, you have to be, you must get purified by all those tinges of jnana from impersonalism. Better you go to Braja. And Uddhava also had that consideration that I am a great devotee. Krishna is very close to me. Right from my childhood I am worshipping Krishna. So Krishna wanted to show him that what exactly devotion is. And then Uddhava went there, and when he saw the situation of gopis and situation of Radharani, he became totally bewildered. Uddhava, he started to give some kind of words of wisdom. And the first word of wisdom that Uddhava said, he said, my dear gopis, why don't you, meditate upon Krishna? He's the Supreme Lord. He's Andanu Antarastha Paramanu Chantarastam. He's situated everywhere. He's all pervading. You just meditate him. Why are you crying? Just like Ramchandra Puri instructed his spiritual master Madhavendra Puri. Why are you crying? God is everywhere. So Madhavendra Puri, you get lost from here. Don't show me your face. Of course, gopis were not that, they didn't behave like this, because they considered Uddhava to be the associate of Krishna. So very respectfully, Gopi said, Uddhava, we can consider your request that we must meditate. But how we can meditate upon Krishna? For meditation, what is required? With what agency we meditate? Mind. 7th chapter Krishna says, Mai asakta mana partha. So when become attached to Krishna, one meditate with mind. So Uddhava, we can meditate, no worries. But first tell your friend Krishna to return our mind. He has already stolen it. If he'll return it back, then we'll use it for meditation. But now how can we use it? So Uddhava started to scratch his head. What he could say more. And then gopis told him, Uddhava, the great Paramahansas are coming and rolling down in the dust of Braja. And you're coming here and giving us lecture. In a very nice poetry, Surdas explain all these concepts. And Uddhava became certainly bewildered to see the situation of, and in one particular situation, what Uddhava saw, because Uddhava had an understanding that I'll go in the morning, by evening I'll come back. But he stayed there for months together, not able to come back. He was so, what we call, taken away by the devotion of Brajavasis that he could not come back. Now, if somebody will go to a place with the understanding that I go in the morning, come back in the evening, so how many set of clothes you will take? None. Because morning I'll go, by evening I'll come back. Now Uddhava spent months together in Brajbhumi. The same cloth. So after a few days, all the clothes tore apart. And he even not had a gamcha also to take bath. With same clothes he was going down and, going in Yamuna, coming back. Whatever he must be doing, rolling around in the dust of Vrindavan. One particular situation what Uddhava saw, that Radharani's love for Krishna has become so intense, the separation has become so intense, that on the banks of Yamuna, she is practically on the verge of dying. Her body is on fire. The fever is so intense, it is said the fire of separation has become so intense that any moment she could give up her life. But still, the consideration is the life air is not, she's not able to give up life. The intensity of fever is very high, but she's not able to die. And why she's not dying? What is the consideration why she's not dying? The consideration is Krishna actually told once that I'll come back. Now if Krishna, of course 100 years have already passed. Krishna has not yet returned. But if Krishna will return and see that his beloved Radharani has already left, that will give pain to Krishna. So Radharani does not want to give that pain to Krishna, so therefore she was enduring this fire of separation. She was burning in that fire of separation but not giving up her body. That is how Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj explained in his books. And things become even more interesting when the gopis have the gopis giving an analogy. The analogy is, so for example, if there's a household and they have animals, some cattle, and household is at fire. The whole house catch fire. So what is the duty of the householder? The duty of householder was to, unlock the gates and allow the cattle to pass. At least they must not, die out of burning in fire. But it is said the body of Srimati Radharani is like that of a house which has catch the fire of separation, and the prana, the life air, is considered to be prana pashu. It's like the kettle. And this prana pashu is not coming out. Why it's not coming out? Actually it should come out, because the first thing that Radharani should do is she should unlock the doors, unlock the gates, so that this prana pashu should go out. But she is not able to unlock it. Why? What's the lock? The lock is, Krishna has said, one day I'll come. So that lock is so tight that although the kettle of life is burning, but they are not able to come out. So that's the intensity of separation that Srimati Radharani is feeling. And that intensity that Srimati Radharani is feeling, Uddhava is witnessing it. Uddhava is witnessing it. And we see in different scenarios. So for example, when the rasa dance was going on. And then the rasa dance, immediately Krishna, while playing, he was dancing with the gopis, and suddenly he disappeared. And what the gopis did? They started to search for Krishna, and they sang Gopi Geet. And then they were searching for Krishna. And what Krishna played with them, at certain corner somewhere, Krishna stood like a 400 Vishnu Narayana Murti. And what gopis did? Gopis went close and started to offer prayers to Narayana. My dear Lord Narayana, Have you seen Krishna, our beloved Krishna? He was there with us. Our situation is like that of a person who was very poor, and somehow we got a lottery ticket and we became billionaire. And as we became billionaire, we just became happy and jubilant. Immediately the money, went away. Somewhere we lost it. So our situation is like that. First of all, to get Krishna was a difficult thing. Then we got Krishna, we were playing with him, we were dancing with him, and immediately Krishna disappeared. And they could not realize that this is Lord Narayana. Krishna himself is standing as Lord Narayana. And the same emotion Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited. For the 15 days, when Jagannath could not give, actually Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never saw Jagannath, he always saw Sama Sundara. So for the 15 days when Jagannath does not give darshan, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go to Alarnath. Where Alarnath is, Lord is standing as Narayana Murti, is standing as Lord Vishnu. And the same feeling that the gopis used to have, my dear Lord Narayan, kindly bless us that we can get the association of Krishna, Shyam Sundar again. With same intensity and same emotions, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go to Alarnath and pray, Lord Alarnath, my dear Lord Narayan, my dear Lord Vishnu, kindly bless me so that I may get the darshan of Shyam Sundar again. For the 15 days when Lord Jagannath was not giving darshan, he used to go there. And the fire of separation was so intense in the body of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he offered obeisance to Lord Alarnath. Even today we can go and see there the stone, the melted stone, the entire body of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, we can see the impressions there. So this is the intensity of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotion. And Uddhava was seeing that how the gopis, they were burning in fire of separation. But the question arises, why Krishna is allowing his devotees to burn in such fire of separation? Is it not injustice from his side? So there is an answer to it. Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj explains that, now who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself who is coming in the mood of Radharani. But at the first phase, how Krishna could get the mood of Radharani? How he got it? If Krishna will approach, my dear Radhe, kindly give me your mood, will she give it? No, you take. So how Krishna could manage to get the mood of Radharani? How he could manage it? It's an important question. How Krishna could get that mood? It is the personal property of Radharani. If you have some personal property, how will you give it to someone else? The love for Krishna is the most important treasure that Radharani had. Radharani has the most important treasure, that is love for Krishna. And how she can give it back to Krishna? And how Krishna will manage to get it? It's a very important question. So Gaura Govinda Maharaj explains then that there are three ways to get a thing. Either beg, borrow, or steal. So Krishna must have begged, my dear Radhe, please give me, I also want to relish that nectar that you are relishing. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidresho Vaneva Swadyo. I also want to taste the nectar that you are relishing. So Radharani said, sorry, I cannot give it to you. So begging doesn't work. Okay, can I borrow it for some time, please? No, it's just like a perfect diamond. I'll give you if you lose it somewhere. What I'll do? I cannot just. So borrowing also, when you can borrow simple things. Children go in school. Can I borrow your pencil? Can I borrow your eraser? It's fine. But can I borrow your diamond necklace? And what you will do after borrowing it? I'll take your diamond necklace and I'll go in the streets of New Delhi. Because if Krishna will borrow Radharani's prema and what he's going to do, Radharani knew what he's going to do. He's going to distribute it. I'll take your necklace and I'll distribute the diamonds. Will Radharani allow? So begging doesn't work. Borrowing doesn't work. The only consideration is stealing. But then how Krishna is going to steal it? Because Radharani has already locked it within the core of her heart. So Maharaj explains that, it is said that if somebody has to be locked, so in the ancient time, they used to use what we call the wax, the seal, wax seal. The things that get used to, even today we see if somebody used to lock, some income tax raid, and so they seal the lock with wax. And then how wax melts? With heat. So Krishna, first of all, what he did? He increased the heat of separation so that that lock which is made up of wax will melt. And when the lock will melt, Krishna can immediately enter into the heart of Radharani and steal that Krishna prema. And that is how Lord Krishna became successful in stealing the Krishna prema from the heart of Radharani, and himself, became Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So this is how Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj explains. So this is how Lord Krishna became Sri Chaitanya. And he explains that Rai Ramananda, he is the eternal associate of Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he is Vishakha Sakhi in Lord Radharani, in Radharani, she's a Radharani and Vishakha Sakhi, and they're coming as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rai Ramananda. So Rai Ramananda, that means Vishakha Sakhi know all the pastimes. And that means Rai Ramananda also know that Lord Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different from Lord Krishna, who has appeared in the mood of Radharani. But one thing was new for Rai Ramananda also. He has seen Krishna, he has seen Radharani. He has seen the combined form of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. But he has not seen how this combination is taking place. That means how the fire of separation is burning, is melting the heart of Radharani, melting the wax lock, and how Krishna is entering there and bringing out Krishna prema. This is new for Rai Ramananda also. And Gaura Govinda Maharaj explains, we see there is moonlight, and we see there is lotus flower. And we also see that in the presence of moonlight, the lotus flower or the champa flower, it blossoms. This we see. But have we ever seen how the hands of moon in the form of its rays gently opening up the lotus petals and making it full bloom? So this we cannot see. This we haven't seen. So Rai Ramananda have seen Krishna and Radharani. He has seen Lord Chaitanya, but he has not seen that how Krishna is entering to the heart of Radharani and stealing that Krishna prema. So how this, the gentle hands of the moon shine is going and opening each and every petal of lotus. So this also was new for Rai Ramananda, and therefore there is an entire section in Chaitanya Charitamrita when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually showed him his real form of Radha and Krishna. He fainted. So why he fainted if he knows who is Radha and Krishna? Because today he got to know that how Krishna is entering in the heart of Radharani, stealing that Krishna prema and becoming Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shriman Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai. Time up. Any questions, comments? If there are any.
If there's any questions, we have a microphone. If you want to ask any questions or comments. Anybody?
Thank you. It's a lovely class. I just want to understand, when you're saying that Krishna is doing the separation and then stealing the love, so when is that? Is that a specific pastime when that's happening? Like, how is that? Like, when is that happening, that he's taken it and then become Lord Chaitanya?
That's beyond our comprehension. As I said, what is beyond our comprehension? We can see the moonlight, we can see and that is why this analogy is given, that it's happening, but it's beyond our comprehension. We can see the moonlight, we can see the lotus, but we never experience that the gentle hands of moon is gradually opening the petals. So that's unknown for us. Yes,
Thank you, Prabhuji. It was a very beautiful lecture. I wanted to ask, we are struggling with this at a very small stage. The glimpse of beautiful love that you showed us is amazing. It doesn't seem like we'll be able to make it.
Yeah, very good question, Mataji. Of course, but we have, Mataji's question is very interesting, very important question, that we understand all these concepts. Actually, as in it is said that there are three things: Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojana. So these are all Prayojana Tattva. We are not qualified to discuss all this Prayojana Tattva. Therefore, I repeatedly said that whatever I heard and what I have read, I am simply, narrating it. We do not have the adhikar to actually, we are not on the platform to understand or even talk about all this subject matter. But our acharyas have actually, shown us that this is the Prayojana Tattva, that is the goal that we are aspiring for. So one thing is very clear for all of us, that what we are aspiring, that to develop that kind of loving emotion and separation. That feeling we have to, what we call our sadhana, our seva should ultimately take to us, that particular level. So at least we know the goal. So it is said that when the goal is at least known, so we become quite focused. For example, a student whose goal is to pass an examination. So whole year he prepares nicely. He is not distracted. He tries to, control his schedule, control his mind and senses. Why? Because he knows the goal. So similarly, our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas have told us the goal. So this is the goal. Now, if I know that my goal is to develop loving separation, from Krishna to the obsession, just like a boyfriend or girlfriend have, I have to have that obsession. So anything else will happen in our life. So many things, the managerial things and, those family things and so many distractions. So we at least are aware these are not our subject matter to deal with. Our subject matter is to attain this particular status of life. So therefore, it is important for us to understand the goal. And therefore, we see so many devotees in ISKCON have written about this subject matter. And Chaitanya Charitamrita is talking about this subject matter. It's not that we need not have to discuss it. We have to discuss it so that we are constantly reminding us that this is our goal. And when that is our goal, then nothing, anything else in this world can not shake us. I'll give one example. Our time is already up. Yesterday we were discussing our Brahmachari Sangha, that Chitraketu Maharaj was cursed by Parvati. Now Chitraketu Maharaj had, what we call the potency. He could have counter-cursed Parvati. But what he did, he accepted the curse of Parvati as because this might be helpful in my spiritual journey. So the lesson that we derive from here is he could have fought for his rights, he could have fought for his position, he could have fought for, he could have gone to the court and, made a court case against Parvati Mata and, how dare, I never laughed on Lord Shiva, it was, it's a misunderstanding. He could have done so many things. But instead of doing all those things, what he did? He simply accepted it as Krishna's mercy. So similarly, why? Because his goal is to attain love of Godhead. Similarly, if our goal is to attain love of Godhead, then whatever is going in our organization, society problems, family problems, problems with our authority, so many things happens. Actually, it's very natural. While we are practicing Krishna consciousness, carrying our anartha, so many things come up. But at least we know the goal. So just like Chitraketu knew the goal, He was not distracted. If we know the goal, we'll not get distracted. So therefore, to know the goal is very important. Know the Prayojan Tattva is very important. I hope I could briefly answer.
Any final comments or questions from somebody? Prayojan Prabhu.
I was listening to a nice lecture by Prabhupada the other night. The chanting, but the one thing he says, we should chant with priti, with affection, and I thought that was very sweet actually. You know, it's not chanting rounds, but you should be chanting with priti.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, can we have 3 big Haribols for His Grace? Tukaram Prabhu, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. His Grace Tukaram Prabhu ki jai. So that is sort of the end of the morning program over here, but our program doesn't end. We are going to go to Watford and do some book distribution. Harinam, it's a good day to do it. You'll have to make your own way though, we're not going to take you there. But if you go to Watford Town Centre, you'll see the devotees there and you can join in some Harinam. And then come back here, 4 o'clock our program starts again. 3:45 with some Kirtan. 4 o'clock we have the Gurukul performing a show of some sort. We have the Bhaktivedanta players after that. And we also have Abhishek and a feast and class. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna, hope you all have a good Gaura Purnima and see you all again soon in the evening. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranang Vidyavadhu Jivanang Anandam Buddhivardhanang Pratipadang Purnamrita Swadanang Sarvatma Snapanang Parang Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanang Pratapadam Puranamritam Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpitani Amita Smarane Nakala Etadrushi Tava Krupa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdevami Drishameha Janinanuraga Nam Namakari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shaktis Statrarpita niyamita smarane nakala Etadrushi tava krupa bhagavan mamapi Durdaivam idrisham ihajani nanuraga Trunadapi sunichena taroriva sahishnuna Amani namanadena Kirtaniya Sadaharihi Nadhanang najanang nasundaring Kavitang va jagadisha kamaye Mama janmani janmanishware Bhavatad bhakti rahaituki twai Ainanda tanuja kinkarang patitang mang vishame bhavam budhau krupaya tava pada pankaja stita dhuli sadrishang vichintaya Ainanda tanuja kinkarang patitang mang vishame bhavam budhau krupaya tava pada pankaja stita dhuli sadrishang vichintaya Nayanang galada shrudharaya Vadanang gadgara rudhaya gira Pulakair nichitang vapukada Tava nama grahane bhavishyati Vadanang gadgara rudhaya gira Pulakair nichitang vapukada Tava nama grahane bhavishyati Yuga itang nimeshena chakshusha pravrusha itang shunya itang jagat sarvang govinda virahe name Yuga itang nimeshena chakshusha pravrusha itang shunya itang jagat sarvang govinda virahe name Aslishya vapadaratang pinashtumang Adarshanan marmahatang karotuva Yata tatava vidadhatu lampato Matprananatastu saeva naparaha Shishya vapadaratang pinashtumang Adarshanan marmahatang karotuva Yata tatava vidadhatu lampato Matprananatastu saeva naparaha Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Now you're here, I want to hand over to yours. Okay. Translation? All glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years, yugas, and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all the benedictions
Loud.
of living beings, and thus you work hundreds and millions of names.
Like Krishna and Govinda, these transcendental names.
You have invested all your transcendental energy. They are not even hard. Past those who are chanting those names. O my Lord, out of